All right, people, here we are again back with Common Courtesy. I'm one of your hosts, Desire Some More. Next to me, I have Jane Lemon.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome back to the table. We have Jenna Conway.
Hello.
We've gone for a minute. And welcome John Colby.
Hello.
And our friend Jackie over here.
Hi.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of things going on for a while. Let's get closer. A lot of things going on in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you guys follow my Facebook tweet, my Facebook feed. We're gonna start out with me.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
We all do. It's important.
How have we all gotten here?
I
It's not
showed
ideal.
your stuff to everybody in Miami, and I'm like, why is he not here?
No, so the other day, last week I made a little performance at Iberian Rooster, which I usually do on Wednesday nights, with Adriana Sparkle and her lovely co-host Aquarius Sparkle, and a bunch of other girls that I love.
I love
and
that she actually sparkles. You know,
she does.
yeah,
that's like one of her.
I can appreciate that in her.
That's like one of her things. Like all of her outfits, like have like a little sparkle on them. Like I'm jealous of her.
No, I'm sorry, all of her beard has sparkle in it. She still rock the beard. That's
Yeah. No, that's her signature.
Honey, you ever want to sparkle? I can sparkle you.
You can sparkle me.
You've seen my glitter collection.
I think I dazzle. No, but anyways, so I the other day, like the other night, like the night afterwards, this dude that I remember seeing at the Lil Club, because he came up to like tip me afterwards, because that night I couldn't get to everybody. He gave me a little tip, and then online he posted on the old video, which I found was weird. It wasn't the video that I posted.
Right.
Oh, really?
The other day, no, yeah, it was on a different one. It was like
oh, that's just bad form.
That's trolling. I've been.
And it's him like.
Hey, I couldn't find a clip that I actually want to
Right.
talk shit about, but here's another one of you.
Oh, I remember this. I wanted to punch that guy in his fucking dick.
Right. So like he said some like little
Good luck.
comment about like, you know, I enjoyed it. First he said he enjoyed my performance, whatever. Then he got into the fact that I need to gain more weight, which
Yeah, he said
Which-
free advice.
Yeah,
flex,
free
bro.
advice,
Weird
yeah.
flex.
right. So like honestly about that, we're gonna get off that. My response was just on Facebook. Basically, what I said was that's body shaming. You know,
Yeah,
you don't have to be a big person or like a person with like whatever. You can be anybody in the world that can be body shamed.
Well, and I do think at this point, like, as you get older, I think your body kind of reaches a point where, like, this is about what your body is going to be, you know, unless you make crazy changes. So, like, this is your body, dude,
Right.
and you're not trying. It'd be one thing if you've been posting stuff like, hey, guys, I'm really trying to gain some weight right now, and it's not working out. Like, you literally posted
Input asked for, Input
Yeah.
requested. My thing is like, a lot of
free advice.
I'm not sure how a lot of people use Facebook, but there seems to be like a suspension of disbelief when it comes to people's allowance of bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, dude, are we all supposed to act like in our one meeting that you think that this is the appropriate way to convey this information?
Right.
And do you have anything that somebody could see you do one time and then hit back with you with? It's you telling him, hey, it's body shaming, is you being polite. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that this is not free advice, you piece of shit, but
Also,
I'll buy it.
I feel like Facebook should have a filter where after you post something, it's like, wait, read it again. Are you sure?
Are you
want to post
Are
it?
you on
Right.
Ambien right now?
yeah. Is this a fever
Are we
dream?
doing a hashtag Rosie O'Donnell? Oh, Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell. Same thing. She's probably sweet.
Yeah, like
Does she
she's like
tweet?
ambient.
Does she tweet?
When she tweets.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell, not Rosie O'Donnell.
I didn't know.
I said
Ambien
Rosie
made
O'Donnell
you
accident.
racist.
You know,
It's
one
crazy.
thing about that, like how he just stated, because like, you know, he's like, oh, it's called free advice, is not an insult, which it was absolutely was. It's like, why can't the older generation, like Roseanne,
Yeah.
she's like, she tweets this racist shit. There's always an excuse, like, oh, I was on drugs. Like when Paula was on American Idol, and she was clearly drunk. She's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, she went completely drunk. Like, that was the one
leave
time
Paula
when someone
alone.
says, hey, she went to rehab for
She's
exhaustion.
American
She did
sweetheart.
look exhausted. I gotta say, she did look like she was
Don't
tired.
give me that bullshit.
No,
like
she was on some shit.
She was
Literally,
on
she,
something.
like, had a head
You were
shake,
drunk.
something.
Like she probably had a couple of glasses of wine. Admit it.
And
Own
nothing
up
else.
to it. And Roseanne too. Like fuck, I was on Ambien.
Well, that's what
so
I'm saying.
you should be asleep then, right?
No,
Doesn't that make you go to
It
sleep?
went undersaid. She's like, I was on Ambien. I should have said that. It was like, you shouldn't have said it, mean, like, it should have been something you should have kept inside.
Right. There's a difference.
Which, like,
at first, I wanted to defend her at first because, like, the only thing inherently racist about it to me was, like, an association with monkeys.
Right.
And the person involved was like, if you don't know your racist history or you don't know the race that is associated with being derogatory with, you'd be like, monkeys are great. Yeah. I love monkeys.
But after she was like, I didn't even know she was black.
Right,
like,
what are you saying? Like, she's been living in America for years.
Roseanne Barr, like, her saying I was on Ambien wasn't like, oh, I said something I didn't mean, as much as like, I know that was something that I shouldn't have said, and I would have not said that had I not been on Ambien. We haven't been associated as she wasn't. I think that.
So I'm going to kick it to Jenna.
So I have a little bit of a different opinion on that, and I think you guys are so right when it comes to like that. But I think everyone, regardless if they're a celebrity or anything, you're behind Twitter and Facebook, and you're screaming into a hurricane. And the only people that actually get noticed at things like this are celebrities. And they're being held accountable. The average person isn't being fucking held accountable for that stuff. And I told you about that whole thing with the guy. It was through like Tampa bartenders and servers or something. Or like we were making a joke about Fernet. Yeah. And they were like, oh, who likes Fernet? And they were like, oh, Italians and gays. Or gay Italians. And I went, I'm sorry, what?
How could you?
And I'm sitting there kind of going, now keep in mind I had woken up and was probably still a little drunk from the night before.
Was it the Ambien?
So it was, it was totally, oh yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it was the old shot of old granddad I did at 9 o'clock in the morning to have to deal with this dumbass. But like I said, I was like, pretty sure that has nothing to do with gay people and Italians. Yes, it's an Italian, whatever. But if you don't know, and I right after posted, if you guys don't know about Fernet, it's like there's this whole Fernet challenge. It's not like the bullshit challenges now, but like when you go places, you get coins for them if you're in the industry, and you trade coins. Some of them are limited edition. It's like a bartender rite of passage. So I explain all that, and then he starts laying into me, going like, "Oh, you're a snowflake. Oh, you get offended. Oh, you this," and I'm like, "No, it's because." Then all of them started in and like behind a keyboard going, It got so heated that I was like, they're like calling me names. He like literally reposted my page and was like, oh, you guys should all blow her up with comments. So this started happening. I said, all because you guys shouldn't use someone's sexual preference to mean whatever. I said, if you want to say, oh my God, you're being like, oh my God, you're so gay right now. But like the way he said it was derogatory, and they were missing that whole point. And like when she said this whole monkey thing,
so instead of seeing what you were seeing, they were on you saying that you were.
That I was because God forbid somebody calls out somebody for being an asshole.
That's actually a compliment to your own testimony, because you're right. Celebrities are the only ones who are getting held accountable, and it seems like you're the only one being held accountable. So it seems like your opinion matters to most of these people.
Yeah.
So that shows you got it, because like he wasn't saying that. Only gay Italians like Fernet.
I do feel
it would have been a problem. It's like that is what he said. Oh, that's only for gay Italians. Like personally, I haven't done 23andMe yet, but I love me some Fernet, and I'm white as hell.
It was more like the way, and they were all from Texas, and they're from the Dallas area, and I was just like, what the hell you guys get away with saying down there is not.
It's understandable.
So I do think, at the end of the day, like. All of those people should be held accountable, but I do feel like you have celebrities who have the biggest audience, and so it makes, again, in a perfect world, everyone is held accountable for all of their actions. But someone like Roseanne Barr, who has such an audience, and she was coming back with her show, so like
she screwed herself,
and everyone, like you have all these people following her and watching her and loving her, and I used to watch the show. I loved the show; it was great. Love John Goodman, the fact that she was immediately fired, that does reverberate and does end up hitting lower levels of people.
Well, I kind of think it's a reflection of the times, because back in the day, like in the 80s and the 90s, because I really didn't know racism until like I was a full actual adult. And I kind of do love the fact that bitches are getting held accountable for it.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I think, I know this subject is old and moot, but like, Because, like, if we ride off the coattails of the last conversation that we had.
Did they go back on Roseanne Barr's Twitter, like, look for guaranteeably other shit that was in there?
She's just still giving interviews on, like, YouTube and whatever, whatnot.
She should probably
But to go back on accountability we were talking about the last conversation we had was...
Yeah, but the society's acting like they don't care because she got her, so they don't care.
Felicity Huffman and Lori.
Yeah, Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin.
And, like, we had a conversation before, we were, like, saying that they should get some type of retribution. But at the same time, I do love Felicity Huffman as an actress.
Yeah.
And I do love the fact that she was the first one to, like, she pled guilty. She didn't try to say not guilty. She pled guilty,
and she said...
She made a confession.
I don't have the quote, but she basically was like, I've messed things up with my daughter. Like, she's the one that, you know, I've hurt the most. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. And I know this has been happening for centuries. That's not...
Right, like Jenna brought up earlier.
Right, for me, that's not really the issue. I like the fact that, like, it's come to light in the way it has. And the fact that it was just one dude. They were paying all this money to one dude. And the credentials were bullshit. Like, all you have to do, everything else was right. You just had to say that you, like, were a rower. And you get on... And there's not one person who can, like, check that.
Right.
I just, you know, it was a lot of...
Because, like, if I was... When I was in school, when I was in acting school, like, you had to have a certain amount of, like, theater credits, like hours. Like, you had to have inside hours. Yeah, you had to have inside hours, like, in school. Like, you have to either, like, usher a show or be in a show, or outside school. Same thing. You have to be in a show or work on something. Mm-hmm. But no one... To be quite honest, no one checked. But I guess you didn't have to because the proof is in the pudding. Because we're studying acting, and if your acting's not getting better, then
your situational awareness of things that you should have known while being an usher, while being this, that, like, did you see you've already had this practice? You've been lying about it. It will show itself real quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and Sean mentioned last time, like, you don't have people, or maybe you do, I don't know, but wouldn't you be terrified if you had someone who graduated and became a fucking doctor?
Oh, yeah.
And they got it, you know?
Yeah, here, I'll kind of speak a little bit to this, is I went to Rutgers in Columbia. Mm-hmm. It was hard as fuck for me to get in. Like, and especially I was in state in New Jersey, like, everyone applies to Ivy. We get offered Ivy League status every year. We turn it down because we'll lose state funding. So getting into that school was really difficult. Going to that school was really difficult. If there's a reason why there's like certain levels of this that you have to get to that level, because you're not going to be able to hang. And it's like, if your kids are getting into this college, like if I had gone on maybe to let's just say Harvard for F's sake, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it. And then I'm going to fail out of school, and then I'm going, okay, well, now where am I going to go?
But what do you mean when you're saying that? Are you saying people that haven't had that level of, like,
she's
class?
Paying to... No, they're not intelligent enough.
Yeah.
So if she's paying to have... Because Felicity Huffman paid someone to have her kid, have them cheat on the SATs.
Yeah, like take it for them.
So now they're going to get, like, you know,
you're surpassing a level of
15, 20. Your brain, I'm sorry, but we are all not created equal.
Right.
We are
like,
not.
You might get into this.
You're going to get into this school, but you can't do
the
it.
Performance
yeah, but
level.
It's still shitty because you're still taking the spot of someone else
someone who
actually
worked really hard.
deserves.
You don't even really have a shot unless you have the money first.
But don't they kind of like they set you up? They register you with classes that's on the level of your SAT scores.
No, that's not how that works.
They don't.
No.
Okay.
All right,
then,
let me explain.
Let's ask a bigger question. Well, then before you explain, let's ask a bigger question. Then why are we taking me? Why are we testing if it doesn't have nothing to do with
that's racist?
Pick me.
Racist as
Pick me. Jesus Christ, pick me. Okay, you take the SATs because it's a level. It measures how intelligent you are in each of these things.
Right.
Your college says you need a minimum of this amount to get into this. You need a GPA with this amount to get into this school.
Yeah,
if you don't, unless everybody would be going everywhere. That's why community colleges exist.
Yeah, but by your aspect, everyone would be going everywhere, but they would flunk out if they don't deserve to be there. But at least everyone would deserve to be there. And they give the flunk out. It's only the white people who are rich to go there.
I do not think that the SAT or the ACT or the LSAT, I don't think any of them measure intelligence. They measure
LSAT's
how well
totally different. I've taken the LSAT.
No, I know, but
it's
I'm saying that it doesn't measure intelligence. Like, you have standardized tests, which are usually inherently racist. They're based off a certain way people speak, a certain level of class, and so you have more.
You mean proper English?
Yeah,
well, even that, even grammar,
and also colloquial
don't speak that way.
idioms.
And it doesn't mean that they're less intelligent. So to have them all have to go through this specific level of testing, it's not correct. Like you can't measure intelligence that way. Yeah. Because I speak this way and you speak that way, I'm more intelligent because that's how this test goes. No.
But that's what English books teach you. When you take English, you learn proper
words.
I know, but like even concepts that they're talking about, like when they're talking about,
no, you learn
like a nuclear family
with a book.
People have
but what she's saying, but what she's
from a book.
So wait, what she's saying, what I kind of get what she's saying because there are people that are I'm from the South Side, and there are people who don't speak like how I speak, that's
we're still aware of
this very eloquently.
Yeah, eloquently, but that's because my grandma was a teacher. Now, not everyone has the same opportunities, and like we're saying, like what Jane was kind of hitting on, that the SATs and the ACTs are a standardized test because they had them when you were in elementary school in Florida, like the Florida FCAT, shit like that. Ugh. It had nothing to do with anything that you're supposed to be learning in school, or whatever. It's just like where you're from.
That's the biggest testimony of
where you're
how
from. Like you're
I passed the FCAT because I was
everyone passed it. Yeah, but like let's say this, my parents.
If you can cheat on it, it's not a good test.
My parents aren't rich. You know what I mean? They did the best they could. They put you things they can afford. But if my parents did have the resources that are being offered to everyone else, like with that comes with having money, then I probably like had a different lifestyle, whatnot. So I kind of get what both of you are saying, because I think yes, there is a reason for that, but then it's inherently like
I get why they do it.
Yeah,
and it's one test that you can judge everyone on the same level. That I understand.
Which
my issue
universally shouldn't be done.
Is that no, it shouldn't, because people are different, but that just doesn't equal intelligence. It doesn't.
Because some people are bad at test taking.
Some people are bad at test taking. Some people, like for me, I had a friend who she didn't have to work at all while she was going to school, so she could dedicate all of her time to studying for the LSAT. I had to work 3 jobs and go to school and still have to study for the fucking LSAT, and I did okay. And I'm a fairly intelligent person.
Right.
You went to law school?
No, I didn't go to law school because I fucking hated the LSAT, and I met too many lawyers who were like fucking cokeheads, and I was like, this is bullshit.
Girl, you and I dropped out for the same fucking reason. But I got to Columbia, and I'm like, I know.
Listen, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And all,
I really wanted to do it. I have a whole other story to it, but I don't know.
But I just think that like when we're talking about intelligence, there's so many other aspects, and none of it can be measured in a test.
I agree with you. I think I'm using the wrong word. It's not, I don't think the word intelligence, I mean, I think there's just certain to it where you have to study, and if you want it bad enough, you will, because there are kids that come from different schools and all that do incredibly well. Now, I don't, keep in mind, I'm outing myself, I'll be 40 on Wednesday. I did not come from the age of charter schools, so I don't know what that's all about and how you pay or something to go to a different school. I'm not sure. Like, I was lucky that, my mom, where she lived, the school was not great. I got bullied. I got beat up. I was afraid to go to school. I would fake being sick in the 9th grade because I was smart, and people teased the smart kids. Well, I transferred, went with my dad, and like everybody studied really hard. I'm from the Northeast, like Pennsylvania has a great education system. New Jersey, most parts of New York. Unfortunately, in the South, it's not the same. And some places where you go, the education system is different, and I know it's based on taxes and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's also based on like gerrymandering, and it's based on like all these and racial issues 100% come up when you're talking about the South and you're talking about public schools. And so it's like there's all these things, and so that's what's frustrating to me when it's like, okay, now you all take the same test, and whoever does the best can go to that.
My thing is just call it as it is. If they acted like the LSAT or the SATs and the FCATs were what they acted in my day were, like these are placement tests. These don't measure your intelligence. These tell us.
So just to like move on, because like we can talk this.
We
can talk this issue. Like
whatever you say, it's still racist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't agree or disagree. I definitely agree because I'm like this doesn't make
that's
any.
racist.
Well,
you know what? The ending point, I think, maybe to it, maybe a lot of us can agree, is like this has been going on for so long. It's been going on, and I know in the Northeast for God knows how long of people just donating money or doing this or bribing or whatever. Do I think what they did is right? Absolutely effing not. Do I think that I feel bad for their kids because what are you saying to your kid then? Like you're not good enough? Right. I need to pay somewhere else because you.
Some of these kids didn't know. What?
Well, then
I paid your way through high school too.
To be devil's advocate,
on the side of it, I think them. What did you say? It was like Lori Loughlin's facing 40 years in prison
because they added money laundering charges. Well, they added money laundering. They added money laundering charges to it. Yeah, because basically, but basically, you're saying it's for something else, and it's not for what it's for.
She basically got a
I mean,
tax out for.
Well, then think about it. Like, okay,
they weren't really donations.
I'm not sure if you saw, like, you know, her on TV. She was like getting on that party little bus, signing autographs at the courthouse. Like when I'm at the courthouse,
wasn't everybody really
at the courthouse?
Free Aunt Becky.
Yeah, and but think about like when I have my little court thing going on. When I get out of the fucking call, I'm not sitting there.
I'm getting in
like even if I was famous, I'm not famous, but. I'm not gonna be signing. I don't walk in. Okay, no, I don't walk in like looking like I just walked out of a magazine. Yeah, and like got my little coffee. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late.
No comment.
Lindsay.
I'm a regular ass person. You know, like she.
At least at court. At court, you're a regular ass person.
Even if you're a celebrity, you're still an American citizen. Like when people are saying that celebrities should stay out of politics. I'm like, well, they're still from. America. And they
that's what I'm saying for. It's like she's right. Jenna is correct. Like it does seem like only celebrities are being held responsible for their words. Some even go back to years ago. Like, oh, look what you said years before you were a celebrity. So like, it is a testimony of like, if you think that you're hot shit, if you can go on your Facebook and say something inherently racist and don't get called out by the populace, you probably ain't shit.
Well, this is what I forgot what I wanted to talk about. You guys seen what happened with Joe Biden?
I was just going to bring that up.
Just like touchy
feelings.
Because he's not. Listen, I'll kiss you on the mouth. I don't care. I think
will kiss Joe Biden on the mouth.
Yeah, right. That does not make anything right or wrong. I just don't. I think that it's nitpicking because he's about to start running for president.
Right. Yeah. Because my question is like,
they loved that shit when he was vice president.
Exactly. Can we look at that?
He was cute as fuck.
Not a political attack. Like
I know. Well, and it's hard because I go back and forth with all of it. Like when when people came out regarding Louis C.K., it sucks because I love him as a comedian, and so it's hard. Yeah, but it's hard to like separate. You know, even now with Leaving Neverland, where like Michael Jackson.
Wait, did you hear about what happened with that?
With what?
Did you hear about what happened with Leaving Neverland?
Wait,
okay, just briefly. So Leaving Neverland is now being taken off the end of. It was supposed to run till September. It's being taken off of HBO.
What?
Oprah has taken down all of her things from YouTube, everything. She's complete, like her after Neverland, if you watched both of them, because they went back. Now, I believe, like, Wade Robson, like, I mean, I'm watching it and I'm convinced. Well, guess what? They did a little research, and when they said, one of the guys said that he was molested in the train house thing, the train house wasn't even built yet when he said he was there.
Honey, did you see the damn documentary? There was other shit than that.
No, I believe in it. I believe that something happened.
But even if you're telling the story,
but
like
now,
he was a child.
Oprah's coming back and throwing her hands up and saying she doesn't want any part of it.
Where'd you read this? I haven't heard
It's been all over the news the past 2 days. Yeah,
I haven't heard it.
I'll look that up, but like I can't. If that's what Oprah does, I would do the same thing.
Well, I was just saying that, like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I believe the guy.
Wait, hold on. Jay
was saying something. The whole thing is like, I understand that sometimes you're like, well, I want to love this aspect of a person, but not this aspect, or like, how do I still like Michael Jackson? Like this fucking bitch that we work with at work. Pardon my French. Michael Jackson was playing, she was like, I don't get how anyone can listen to this anymore. And I'm like,
bitch, it's Thriller! It's Thriller, you ignorant bitch!
But it doesn't mean you're supportive of what he's done.
Well, do you feel the same way about R. Kelly? Because I forgot the original question that we got. Oh, Joe Biden. But because like this,
maybe that is bad for Biden. If we started talking about Biden, but quickly went to Michael Jackson. Maybe it is a problem.
Well, no, because Biden was basically what the women said. Well, this is not a Me Too movement moment. It's just that when he just made me feel uncomfortable, and I'm like, well,
she actually said something about
it was
him?
4 different women that came out and said, he made me feel uncomfortable when he gave me a hug, whatever, he just close to my face. And I was just saying that was a political attack.
Okay,
but
my original thing was just that I never want to blame a victim because victims have been blamed regarding sexual assault forever, and so it's like, yeah, what I love about Joe Biden, like my idea of Joe Biden, I'm like, he would never do that, but that makes you blind to people who have maybe actually gone through some shit, so I don't know.
Well, I always believe that R. Kelly did it to the girls.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, I saw that video years ago.
No. There's another video that came out just before he did the interview where it's the most incriminating thing. He's like, show R. Kelly that 14-year-old butthole. And it's like, he said his name, he said her name, her name, he said her age, and she confirmed it. It's like the most incriminating thing in the fucking world.
And he's like, y'all trying to kill me. I'm like, fuck you.
And there was also I was watching a View and Sunny Hoffman said these women didn't say anything a long time ago back then because he was the vice president of the United States. Right. He had all this power. The same thing can be said about R. Kelly. These girls didn't want to say anything because celebrity does give you some type of...
I don't see the comparison.
Did you watch the whole R. Kelly thing?
Yeah.
They did. They were saying stuff before. People were coming
out. They were saying... They were
trying to deal with it, and they were actually saying that it was when he moved to Georgia, that was why, because now it was the police in Georgia that were, protecting him, that parents were coming and saying... But,
you had people pay... he just went to jail, and he couldn't even afford... his bail, and you had this anonymous, this random woman who had all this money saved up because her daughter was wrongfully killed, and so she got $500,000 from a wrongful death suit, and that's what she fucking spent it on for R. Kelly to post fucking bail.
A fan? Jesus. Hey,
celebrities it's this status.
She's allowed to do that.
Where it turns these people into fucking.
Earlier you said this fucking bitch at work didn't want you to listen to Michael Jackson, which is the same thing to R. Kelly. And would that also translate if Biden wanted to run? Would you hold these women's words against him because he didn't sexually assault them? Because we've seen Joe Biden like this.
But I think they 100% deserve a platform.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not Donald Trump. He didn't fucking do anything like that.
But R. Kelly's real different than Michael Jackson.
I know that Joe Biden came out and he apologized. He was like, I hope I've never made anyone feel uncomfortable. That's not my goal. Blah blah blah. We know Biden's a little weird. I'm not.
No, and that's the response.
We'll get to you, but just to definitive answer, would that hurt his vote for you? If he went for office right now, would you not vote for him based on what these women said?
I'm not saying I wouldn't vote for him, but I am saying that I would have to pause.
And take a
I couldn't go into it with open arms.
Right. And then John was saying earlier, Colby.
I was just saying that when you put R. Kelly and Michael Jackson next to one another,
Joe Biden looks great.
Joe Biden looks great.
He looks like a golden Oscar.
We have remixed to ignition. He is popping straight from the kitchen.
Right.
Michael Jackson has just take the bad album, just the bad album, which is not the best album. We'll call it the bad album. It's better than all R. Kelly shit through and through. And I'd vote for Michael Jackson for vice president right now. Okay.
Okay, we need to.
Well, you gotta wrap this up, but all right. So that would that hurt your if you were voting? No,
but also I really that's. Dear listeners, it doesn't really matter. I'm very trying hard to not be that person who's like, voting doesn't really matter, while still knowing that
But still answering.
But when I put that out there, that stops the dumber people from actually voting. So then my vote will matter. It adds up.
No, I don't. Okay.
That's how it works.
Baby boy, I think that politics.
Listen.
Thanks, Colby. Jenna, and then just to get Jenna, quick couple of minutes from Jenna, and then.
Oh no,
Well, I was saying the question is
I know a lot. I know a whole lot about Joe Biden, and I've met the guy. I think he's great. The way that he talks and he addresses everyone and the actions that they were saying that he does to both men and women.
Oh yeah.
So it's not something that was, he was in close quarters with one woman and did something to make her uncomfortable. Yeah, you know what? My girlfriend Jenny that lives right over there, her boyfriend Anthony is a close talker. He talks right here. It makes me so damn uncomfortable.
Right.
But I know he's not trying to assault me.
Right.
I'm like this. Right. So it's like, okay, that's just weird. His comeback I thought was great. He just said I never wanted to make someone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
They were bashing him because he didn't say the words, I'm sorry. Well, sometimes when you didn't do something to really be sorry for,
it's hard.
It would suck to hear.
He's like your grandpa
that's
super. He's like your grandfather that's like super excited to see you when you're like in your T-ball uniform. Go get him.
That doesn't sound good.
All right, well,
it's like my creepy uncle.
It's like the one that's super excited. You have a recital. Do it.
So, honestly, what you're saying, that wouldn't affect how you vote.
No, not at all. I care about the issues, and